So grounding is really about figuring out what you want, figuring out what your values are. This is the most challenging part of phase 2. Why are you doing this, right? Figuring out your purpose for healing your relationship with food, because there's one thing, right? One of the biggest mistakes that I see as well is people don't have a purpose. People don't have a reason to be doing this. So my purpose, and here are some of the purposes, okay? These are just some of the ones that I've seen. It doesn't necessarily mean that yours is going to be on this list. Helping others. That's one for sure. Okay. Because helping others for me was like, well, if I can, I have to get through this. It doesn't matter how I feel about my body. It doesn't matter how I feel about weight gain. Because if I want to help other people, I cannot be struggling with my own internalized fat phobia. All right. I got to just figure it out. I got to work on this. Doesn't mean it happens overnight. Absolutely not. Doesn't mean I can't still coach and help people while I'm working on it. Absolutely not. You can always still be doing the things, but it's about being honest with yourself. Okay. Yes. Fulfillment. That's a great reason. This is also one of my reasons. I talk about this all the time. I would never, ever, ever be able to run my business if I was still struggling. Ever. Because, oh my gosh, I have to think about my business so much. Like, I was worrying about food in my body all the time. Yikes. And my self-worth, if I hadn't healed my self-worth, oh my gosh, like I would not be here. I would not be here teaching this. I would have gotten in my own way. I would have said, nope, it's not going to work out. No one's going to listen to me. I'm a failure. Okay. So fulfillment is a great motivator. Another motivator is activism. I kind of have like all of these in a sense. So if you are really social justice oriented, if you really care about racism and sexism and ableism and homophobia and all these things and speaking out against them, adding fat phobia to the list is an incredible motivator, because what it does is it reminds you, first of all, it naturally gets you around communities that are doing this right online. And second of all, it just reminds you like, oh yeah, there's a bigger purpose. Rebellion. This, such a good motivator for those of you who like to feel rebellious and want to lean into that. You've been trying to fit in for your whole life. And when I say like rebel, it's so fun. Oh, yes. Generational cycles. This is something I was literally just talking about with a client today. One of her motivators is not passing. Oh, she's right there. She's in the chat. One of her motivators is not passing it on to kids, to break the generational cycles. Okay. This is such a strong one for those of you who really care about having a family one day, and you know how you grew up, like, yeah, representation. I love that. That kind of goes with activism, but I'll write it up here. And of course, we're running out of time. I got so hyped. But we're going to stay over a little bit. Yeah, you're a performer. So there's more than this, okay? One of the ways that you can find out what your values are look around at the things you actually like in your life. Now, the problem with the difficulty with trying to figure out your drive, your purpose, your why too early is you might not know what you like and what you do because people have told you to do it, okay? So it helps to just start writing down all the things that you like to do. And stability, absolutely, that can be a motivator. Yeah. Whatever it is, on the days of this journey, whether it's phase 1, phase 2, or phase 3, because there's always going to be hard days, what gets you through it? That's what figuring out your why is. What gets you through the hardest days? What's the thing that you can say in your head that's like, this is why I'm doing it? For me, it was being able to run my business and work with clients, help them with this, okay? It's like, oh, I don't care. This is bigger than me. This isn't about my body. This isn't about how I feel about it. This is bigger than me. This is about not participating in the system anymore.